What's going on, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out the band Alfar Quest, and the name of the song is Into the Crystal Deep. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is their debut single, and it's a band from Max Cruz. You may know him from Calcydra and things like that. This song's got Fabio Leone, the mighty Fabio Leone, on vocals. So I'm really, really excited to check this out and see what this band is bringing. Again, I think this is the debut single, so that's always exciting. And it's got some great talent involved here. So yeah, let's stop beating around the bush and let's just get on with it, shall we? Rangers, go.
Join the past.
Wow, it's interesting ending there. It's almost like a cliffhanger, It's like, oh, stay tuned for the next episode or whatever. So that was neat. Wow. This song, it's like an onslaught, man. It's short and sweet, and it does not mess around. It is just right to the point. It's ripping, like, from start to finish. And it's almost like too much of an onslaught at time. Like, this is the kind of song I feel like, you gotta sit with it. You gotta listen to it more than once. It's like one time, it's just like, boom, you're just, you have whiplash almost. And so yeah, it's like one of those songs I feel like you gotta listen to more and really kind of get to grips with the whole thing and stuff, because as soon as it starts, I mean, it just rips, and then it's done, and it's like, whoa, that was, yeah, an onslaught. But I mean, great sound though, great sound. I really like the guitar work a lot. Really nice, like shredding moments, and really nice like melodies, and I also just kind of like the driven sort of riffs that are really propelling the song. And I mean, the orchestrals were just so grand. It's just so powerful, those orchestrals. It just takes the song like really, really up and into the stratosphere as far as like the scope goes. And yeah, so I thought the orchestrals were done really well. Adds that nice kind of magical sort of fantastical quality to the song, which suits it really, really well. And then I love the choirs too. The choirs were awesome and added a really, really nice touch and added kind of element to the song. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just large, it's bombastic, it's driven, it's an onslaught. It's just a lot happening in a very kind of short period of time. And so that's why it's like I said, it's trying to get to grips with this whole thing off of just one listen. It's like, wow, good luck, as they say. But yeah, I mean, again, I like the sound. I like the first verses quite a bit. I mean, Fabio Leone, obviously, his vocals are really grand and really great, which is to be expected. I don't really have to touch too much on the vocals. And for the most part, I thought, like, I mean, this song, the style, like, suits his voice really well. But, yeah, I really like those first verses. Because I think that's when you get a bit of the choir in there, along with Fabio Leone's voice, and I like the melody in there. And then the like the first chorus, again, it just gets so grand and epic in scale. With the vocals soaring, the orchestrals going, all of that stuff. It's just like, wow. But then, at that point, though, is like where it started to feel almost a little bit too much of an onslaught. Like, I was kind of like following along for the most part during like the intro and stuff, and the first verses, and then the first chorus. But then it felt like sometimes in spots, like there was just being too much thrown at you. Like, for instance, I think it was like in the second verses, there was almost like it got a little bit too wordy, because you already have this song that's ripping, the guitars are ripping, the orchestrals are going, it's just a driven song, and then again, it just felt like in spots there was just too many words to where it was like, oh my gosh. And it almost felt like, Fabio Leone, like he was like, I mean, he was keeping up with it obviously, but like it just felt like it was like too much to where it just was like too many words being smushed into too short of a space, to where it's like you couldn't fully even like really necessarily appreciate like those words and those vocals, because he having to like say it like really, really fast. I mean, it sounded better than that, obviously, but but it's like he's having to like say these things like really fast all of a sudden, and when you have like all of those different elements like going so like fast, and then you're smushing all these words and vocals into like such a small space and stuff, that's when things kind of start melding together, kind of like becoming noise almost. I feel like there's like a fine line sometimes, like when you have such an energetic song, you have so many elements going, like the orchestrals and then the guitar and all this stuff, and it's all happening so quickly, and then you lose a little bit of that vocal melody, because then you're slamming so many words so quick that the melody itself kind of blends in as to just kind of like one thing, instead of like having a clear melody going along with the music. It just all of a sudden feels like it's just boom, like mush, like it's just sound. And then that on top of like everything else that's like happening, so bombastically and quick, it just almost like becomes noise. Like it just all kind of fuses together. And instead of being able to hear like the orchestrals like taking the song into the stratosphere, the guitar ripping, the vocals soaring, and then with the melody, and then the drums rollicking, all that stuff, it just all of a sudden is just like it's just all together, and it just becomes a little bit like noise, and without things being as distinct as you would like. So that's like the only thing, the only critique is that in a couple spots, and then even like the final chorus, it kind of felt like, I don't know, it's like it just started to feel like there was just so much happening that it just all started to just kind of, I was having a hard time really kind of distinguishing and really kind of letting the song kind of take me on this journey. It just kind of became a little bit more of just kind of like noise, like this just bombastic onslaught of sound. But yeah, I mean, great guitar solo there. I thought the ending was really cool. Fit kind of like the style and the vibe of the song itself. And yeah, it's like for the most part, I like the melodies. I like the approach of the first verses, the first chorus. I thought it had a decent melody there. Again, it really kind of soars, really kind of brings home that fantasy, that fantastical kind of epic fantasy power metal vibe. And it's like I really like the sound of the song. I like a lot of the elements and stuff. It's really just that one critique that I said before. It's like in spots, especially in like the latter half of the song, where there was like almost like too much happening. Like I feel like maybe like the second verse and stuff could be a little bit less wordy so that the melodies have a chance to actually kind of land. And allow the music to not kind of fuse so much together with everything. But yeah, aside from that though, I mean, the performances, the guitars were killer. Love the orchestrals, love the added kind of choir stuff. And then just the overall vibe of the song. It just has a really great sound, and I'm looking super forward to the rest this band has to offer here. Again, I believe this is the debut single, but there's certainly a lot of potential here that I'm looking forward to. And yeah, I mean, it's just boom. This thing is just not mess around, and so maybe even I mean, I'll have to sit with it some more. Again, this is the kind of song where it's tough just giving a review of it off of just one listen, like on camera. It's like I'm not even like sitting there just really focused and like taking notes. It's like I'm just listening and then trying. But maybe some of the critiques will even out a little bit the more I hear it, because yeah, it's like you really got to spend some time with this bad boy to kind of I think let it simmer a bit and kind of get to grips. Because one listen, it's like, phew, it's like you're just watching like a bullet train go by. But yeah, I'm real excited for this new band. Looking forward to more. Let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this bad boy? Are you excited for this new fantasy power metal, symphonic power metal band? Let's talk about it. I'll catch you next time. Ranger. Out.